This year, for the first time since the Dakar Rally moved to the South American continent in 2009, the participants and their support teams didn't have to cross any national borders. While Chile, Bolivia and Argentina have formed part of the route in the past, all 10,000 kilometers of the 2019 race was contested in Peru, and that wasn't the only change in store for competitors.
For this 2019 edition, being purely in Peru, we knew that the race was going to consist of at least 70% sand dunes. So we focused a lot of our testing and development around the dunes, more than we would do normally, because the Dakar is generally a combination of sand dunes, sandy tracks, off-piste gravel roads. So this year we focused in particularly with BF Goodrich with a new tyre development which was more suited to the soft sand. So we think of Peru being full just sand dunes, but there are a lot of riverbeds and a lot of big rocks, and unfortunately Janelle found one of those.
It looked like some oil pipe or something came off or is broken, because there's a lot of engine oil. We lost oil pressure, and obviously you have to stop. If the engine has not got oil, it won't run.
Qatari Nasser Al-Attiyah and French co-driver Mathieu Baumel took the lead on the third day of the 10-day race and comfortably maintained it throughout. But that is not to say that it was plain sailing all the way for the Toyota Gazoo Racing team.
Each day you get a description from the ASO what the following day's stages are going to be like. It's going to be, extremely steep dunes, impossible to pass. And then suddenly we got this report about stage 8 to say that this could be the toughest stage of the rally. And sure enough, we started stage 8 and we saw Sebastian Loeb was opening the road with Nasser second. And I think after 70 kilometers, he was parked up, stuck. The next thing we saw, Stefan Peter Hansel had crashed and his co-driver was hurt, suspected back injury, and was flown to hospital. There was a lot of very soft sand. It was close to the sea in some places, and the drivers can't read the terrain so easily.
It's a tough stage in Dakar. Very, very hard. We was opening all the way, until in the middle of the stage. 3 cars from the Mini catch us as a normal, because we are only alone in the dunes. And then we decided to be behind the Mini all the way until last part of the dunes. We take all the Mini.
We had some navigation issues today that we cannot finish in the top 3, but okay, the Toyota is good, the speed is good, and today was not, the last 5% was not there, but maybe tomorrow.
First part was not so tough. I had a puncture after 9K, so my mistake. I came over a crest too fast and hit a rock. So it took us like 2 minutes to change. And the second part was just dunes.
South African Dakar veteran Janelle de Villiers and German co-pilot Dirk von Zitzewitz managed to claw their way back up the rankings. But not everyone was that lucky, and on stage 8 disaster struck for one of the South African-built Hiluxes.
Yeah, what can I say? It's not nice that you fall out in a Dakar rally, because you're all living for this. It's one time in a year, this difficult rally. We all live for this kind of job, the team, the mechanics, the engineering, everybody, and yeah, when you fall out of the race with like this, is not nice.
By the end of the 9th day, a win for the Gazoo Racing team seemed almost guaranteed. But you know what? No one was about to take any chances. So with Al-Attiyah and Baumel charging for the finish line, de Villiers and von Zitzewitz followed closely so they could provide their teammates with the necessary support should anything go wrong. Luckily, nothing did go wrong, and on the 8th attempt, Toyota finally clinched its very first Dakar victory, a testament not only to the determination of Glenn Hall and his team, but also to the reliability of the much-loved Hilux.
This year we had a brilliant car, again with ongoing development from the team over the years. But I believe the one thing that made our car so good is the ability, the Hilux's ability in the sand and the dunes, and the way the V8 engine, that we have in the Hilux from Toyota operates. It's just a pleasure to drive in there, and I think that was a big part of the success.
A Toyota Hilux is a very special car, because not only in South Africa, you know, even in Qatar, you know, the people really love this vehicle. And we are so happy, you know, to do this race, you know, and to win.
Throughout its 40-year history, the Dakar Rally has been characterized by changes, and it looks like there might be some radical ones on the way in 2020.
Well, the biggest change for me in 2020 would be if the Dakar would come to Southern Africa. You know, that would be great for us as a team competing from South Africa. A great opportunity for some great teams we have here competing in the, you know, the off-road championship. And the countries we could go to, of course, would be South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Angola. All have terrain suitable for the Dakar. So I think it would be a great opportunity for the Southern African continent if Dakar would come here.